You're listening to Gift Biz Unwrapped, episode 138. All of a sudden, it's like, oh my gosh, what about the holiday gifts that I need to be sending out?
Hi, this is John Lee Dumas of Entrepreneur on Fire, and you're listening to Gift Biz Unwrapped, and now it's time to light it up.
Well, hello, and thank you for joining me on the show today. If you're a gifter, baker, crafter, or maker, and you own a brick and mortar shop, sell online, or are just getting started, here is where you will find insight and advice to develop and grow your business. And if you want even more gift biz motivation, I'd like to invite you to join our private Facebook group called Gift Biz Breeze. Pursuing your dream should be fun, exciting, and rewarding, not stressful and scary. When you join the Breeze, it's like sitting in the park with friends who bring you all the support and the answers that you need and that you've been looking for. You'll have access to a group of amazing creators along with tools and resources that can catapult your business growth. And a heads up if you're listening right now as this episode is released or shortly thereafter, you'll want to get over into that group soon. I have several special opportunities happening there right now, but you have to be part of the group to participate. I'm talking about free opportunities to affect your business this year, so don't delay. To join the group, go over to giftbizbreeze.com. I look forward to seeing you over there, but for now, let's get on to the show. Today, we're going to talk about holiday gifting for your business from a different angle. Normally, when you think about the holiday season, the focus is on what promotions am I going to do? What networking events am I going to attend? How am I going to attract people into my business to buy my products and services as holiday gifts? So this time we're going to switch it up because there's a whole nother side of this that we need to consider. And that is, what are you doing as a business owner in terms of giving holiday gifts? This podcast is part of a mini two-part series on the holidays, if you will. The prior podcast talked about holiday promotions and what you should be doing with holiday promotions and how to enhance and get the most mileage out of whatever you're doing, not just for this year, but to make yourself even better for the following year. If you haven't caught that episode yet, it's number 137, so the one right before this one. And I encourage you to jump over and take a listen to that one. But again, today, we're talking about holiday gifting for your business in terms of the holiday gifts that you should be sending. I think the best way to start off with this is, why should you be doing it in the first place? And honestly, we need to turn the mirror to ourselves. It's for the same reason why we're telling our corporate accounts that they should be doing a gifting program, or we're telling customers that are coming into our shop, they're shopping for gifts for similar reasons. And the reasons really are to show the importance of various people in our life. And clearly in our business, we have many of them, and we're going to be talking about them in a minute. And during the holiday, it's really important and valuable to recognize those people who are special to you. People who have provided services for your business, which would be employees and also vendors, and then also the all-important and obvious customers, where you are getting revenue into your business so that you're going to be able to stay open. The problem often becomes we think of it at the last moment because, as I was mentioning at the top of the show, we're usually thinking about how are we going to attract people in to buy our things. But there's a certain way and a certain really easy system that allows you to plan how you're going to be doing gifting. And it's important because if you don't think of this till the end, when you're in the middle of a stressful holiday season and all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, what about the holiday gifts that I need to be sending out? If you think of it then, you're rushing through, you're clearly going to spend more money. You're probably not going to get the best gifts that you could get in terms of the impact and the symbolism that you would want. And it's just going to be one big mess. There's no plan. It'll all be done on the spur of the moment. You won't get the right gifts, and you're definitely going to spend more money. So much better to think about it beforehand and to actually have a plan. So I've put together for you 4 steps of a holiday gifting plan that I've used, I'm going to say, for the last, 10, 12 years, ever since I started my gift basket business way back when. And it made things so much easier because I first didn't forget anybody. I knew exactly how much I was going to be spending and where it was going to go and just tracked everything. So let me share with you this plan. I did make a worksheet that accompanies this podcast so that you don't have to create anything from a blank piece of paper. You'll be able to just follow along and fill in the blanks in terms of what you need to be doing versus creating a system similar to mine. So to grab that freebie, you'll go to giftbizunwrapped.com/138 and you can automatically get that worksheet. But let's get started now with the plan. Step number 1, the very first thing to do is to set a budget. How much can you afford to spend or want to spend on holiday gifts in total? This is your overriding budget. Now, before I got behind the mic, I jumped onto Google real fast to see if there was any type of a guideline of how much people spend, like what percentage of overall sales would you suggest for holiday gifts. And honestly, I didn't find anything that I felt was really representative for us here. So going back to, should it be a certain percentage of revenue coming in? Should it be a certain dollar amount overall? My best advice for you is to put down a number that you feel comfortable with, that isn't going to stretch you too far. You know how the numbers fall within your business. So put down something that is going to work for you and that you feel good about. All right, so now you've got a dollar value set. This is the overall total amount that you're going to spend for the holidays. And I'm going to lay down some tough love here. You cannot exceed that amount, no matter what you do. That's the reason to have a plan, so you're not overspending. And there are lots of things that you can do that don't have to cost money, but will be on this worksheet because you want to, again, recognize everybody in your life who has helped contribute to the starting and growing of your business. All right, so number 1, you've got that budget number set. Step number 2 is to create 3 different lists. And all you're doing right here is you're identifying all of the people that you want to give gifts to. The first list is your employees. This will include people who aren't necessarily even in your office space. Maybe you have a virtual assistant. Possibly you've outsourced some services such as your social media or your accounting, or you have someone who does your taxes. All of those types of people you want to put down here. They're on your team and they are part of your business. It is so important that you recognize them and show them how much you appreciate their participation and dedication to their work. The second list is vendors. So these are people, obviously, who you have been purchasing product or supplies from, and also people that you've been purchasing services from. Think about how you're getting your delivery done. Maybe you want to include your mail carrier, your UPS or Federal Express person. Also think throughout the year, has there been somebody who really helped you out in a point of need? Maybe you needed a rush package sent out or something extra special. Put a little star by their name because you want to make sure to remember to mention that you recognize and appreciate the help that they gave you for that certain event. So that's the second list. So we've got a list for employees, we've got a list for vendors, and now we're going to move on to a list for customers. Now, you may be saying, oh my gosh, that one is going to be so hard. I have so many customers. How am I ever going to recognize or list all of them? Don't worry, I've got you covered. I have approached this in a couple of different ways with my past businesses. And one of the things that I found really helps with this is if you put customers into tiers. For example, if you have a lot of customers. If you don't, if you're still smaller and you're growing and you have, 10, 20 customers, that's real easy. You can just list all their names. If you're into the hundreds or thousands of customers, then this tiering idea really helps. Let me share with you the way I did it. My first tier was by revenue. Let's face it, even though all customers are important and valuable, the ones that bring you in the most revenue, you do want to recognize they're special. They are holding your business together or have possibly gotten you to a new revenue level within your business. So you want to look at them and say thank you to them through a holiday gift. You can capture this information if you haven't been already through whatever accounting program you're using. I happen to use QuickBooks. And identify who the top, let's say 10 clients are for you by revenue. So that would be put on your tier 1 list. Tier 2 is kind of an intermediary list, if you will. They may be up and coming customers of yours. They may be customers who have done some special things for you throughout the year. There may be different reasons. This is kind of a miscellaneous category of people that you still want to identify individually, or it could be another tier of revenue. Any way you want to work this, of course, is fine. And then the third tier would be all your other customers, because I kind of feel like no matter who your customers are, they should be getting some type of recognition from you. And this could be the tier where you're not spending as much money, but you're still able to identify and say thank you. And I'll talk about this in a second. So to wrap up my step 2, you're creating these 3 lists: employees, vendors, and customers. And then the customers are broken down into tiers if you see that that's appropriate for your business. Step number 3 now is to plan out your gifts. So you've got all the people. You now know the quantity pretty much in terms of how many people there are. And the reason I say it that way is that tier 3 I was talking about could be a couple hundred people or maybe thousands of people, right? But you still want to identify that they're somebody that you want to pay attention to. Now you start breaking out, what am I getting these people? What are the gifts going to be? And you can approach this in a couple of ways. One way is to first start breaking up the dollars into all of the different names and all of the different lists. Let's go back to the example, like if you'd set a budget of, let's say, $200. So now you can start applying. Okay, half that budget is going to go to my employees, for example, or 25 employees, 25 vendors, 50 customers. Whatever it is, you get the ideas. You break out and allocate dollars to your different lists. And then you also allocate dollars within the list. And this might sound a little confusing, but remember I told you that I have a worksheet that has already been created for you on this? You'll see what I mean in terms of the dollar allocation. This is the best way to make sure that you don't go over budget, because once you know how much you have that you can spend for somebody, then you can retrofit in gifts that make sense. And honestly, I gotta tell you, being recognized for the holiday and making that gesture outward of holiday greeting is so much more important than how much you spend on the gift. So remember that. If it's a difference between sending out a gift at all or sending out just a small gift, I would send out a small gift versus sending out nothing. Examples of things that you can do, I'm going to take it from the bottom. So let's say in tier 3, that list that exists of hundreds of customers, right? That may be just a very nice personal email greeting through whatever email system that you are using, Constant Contact, Aweber, whatever it is. That's a great way to cover a large group of people, but having done something for them for the holidays. And no cost to you, FYI. Think about it. If you don't put it down on the list, you might forget to do it. So just a nice email would be a gift. Okay, then you can go up, maybe for a certain tier, you're going to give cards. You're going to have cards printed from your business, and you're going to send out a nice card. That also is enough. You're recognizing and showing that you've taken special thought for somebody. So those may be some certain things that you do, again, that don't cost a lot. I'll tell you something that we're doing right now over at the Ribbon Print Company. And those of you who are customers of ours and are ordering, you already have seen some of this happening. But what I'll do is, as I'm out at trade shows throughout the year, I'll find some product that I really like and I will purchase. Normally they'll allow me to have it wholesale because I tell them what I'm doing. I'm including them in orders. When people are placing orders through the holiday season, we make a little nice message on printed ribbon and include a product in there. It's like a nice little treat. It gives that business some extra visibility. And it's also another way of us thanking and hopefully delighting our customers throughout the season. This is another example of an idea for you, especially if you are a wholesaler and you're in the consumable business. So gift basket people, you guys buy product for your stores that are consumables. That's the type of idea, something that you can do in terms of a gift. And then you go up again to the higher priced people, your employees and possibly vendors. For vendors, great gift cards. My postal carrier and UPS guy, who I adore, I'll give gift cards and then maybe a nice thing of chocolate or something fun throughout the holiday season. And also, I have to say, money. Money goes a long way. Even if it can only be $20, it adds up because you know a lot of other people will give money too. But some money and a nice card, those are some different ideas of the types of gifts that you can give. And then obviously for employees, anybody within your business, bonuses are great. And if you know them and you're close with them, some type of a physical product as well. You know that way better than I do based on who's in your business. But you see what I mean in terms of allocating the different dollar amounts and then what the gifts are going to be. And this helps so much too with direction when you're going out and you're thinking, oh my gosh, okay, for my right-hand person, I need to get her something really special and I can spend $75 or whatever the dollar amount is going to be, right? At least you've got some direction and you're not just haphazardly finding something. It's the last minute, spending $300 when you really should have only spent $75. And then come January, you're in a whole heap of trouble and having to dig out right in the beginning of the year. Okay, and then finally, step number 4 is tracking all of your action towards completing your holiday gifting program. Again, within that free download that I've already told you about, there's a whole tracking form. So you've got all your lists, and then the tracking form includes what your dollar allocation is, what gift you're thinking of giving, and what gift you've actually given, how much you've spent, and a little side note with your pricing. Remember, that should include shipping because shipping is a live cost to you if indeed you have to send the product out. So make sure to include that in your overall budget and your costs. And then there's a nice check sheet so that you can see for each category and each person, okay, I've purchased the gift. It needs to have a card or doesn't need to have a card. I've sent it out, and so they are done. That way, at the very end, when all is said and done, you know that you've gotten everybody covered. Now, the other nice thing about this type of a planner is next year, you don't have to go back and remember who all the people are that you need to be gifting. You also can decide, was my budget too much? Was my budget too little? Heaven forbid you forgot somebody this year. You can add them to the list right away so that you don't forget them for the following year. And all told, this is such a stress reliever because let's face it, our mind is on getting business, getting customers, filling orders, creating product, all of those things that make the holidays so stressful, yet really great when we look at our bank accounts in January. We're not necessarily looking at the business gifting side, and we should be. That's the business we're in. So just by tracking this, putting this down on paper, it relieves your stress, allows you to spend your energies on actually fulfilling those gifting lists instead of figuring out what to do and doing it haphazardly. So again, to summarize, for your holiday gifting plan for your business, my suggestion is you follow my planner. Go ahead and download it, giftbizunwrapped.com/138. You're going to set yourself a budget, create 3 lists of names so you have everybody written down that you're going to need to send a gift to, put a larger customer list into tiers, and then step number 3, you're going to plan out the gifts with dollar allocations and then also what you're thinking the gifts could be, and then 4, tracking it all, so that you have documentation going into the following year of how much you've spent, what you've done, and it's much easier to make adjustments when you do this same project next year. If you're listening to this episode when it's going live, we are smack in the middle of the holiday season. So I'm sure you're already feeling the stress and the pressure and the tension and the excitement and the buildup for the holiday season. Consider this my gift to you so that you've got everything covered, both on the promotional end, which was the prior episode, and on the business gifting end. You can get these tasks done, but then also have some time for yourself to really enjoy and take in all that this holiday season is supposed to be. Within our industries, it's so easy to let this season pass us by in terms of the joy and the excitement and the beauty and the giving and the friendship and the fun of parties and all that the holiday's supposed to be, because we've got the business to run and the products to get out and the customers to serve, and there's so much work to do. So these 2 episodes are my little gift to you to hopefully make that easier so you can look up from all the work that you're having to do and take some time and grasp the beauty and the warmth of the holiday too. And that's not all. I decided that since we were talking business gifting, I really should include friends and family gifting as well. So yet another download worksheet for you that you can get at giftbizunwrapped/138 capital P as in personal, friends and family, personal, right? And this is a worksheet similar to what I've just gone over with you on the business end, but it captures more of the needs that you have when you're doing personal gifts to friends and family. It also includes such things as don't forget something special for your hairdresser, or the newspaper delivery person, or any of the other types of services you have. Possibly it's cleaning or food prep. And since holiday budgets can so easily get out of hand, there's also a space for things such as hostess gifts and holiday cards and possibly new holiday decorations. So again, that's available to you, little different format, but I know you'll be able to understand it. And again, you can use this and track this then from year to year. I've actually used this for my family, this exact worksheet, for probably, 10 years now. It's kind of fun to go back because I can see what Santa has brought the kids over the course of time, how much I've spent on holiday gifts season over season, etc., for family budgeting purposes. It's just wonderful for a wealth of different reasons. Again, my gift to you. If you didn't catch the links, they will be over on the show notes page. So happy holiday selling, happy holiday gifting, and that's a wrap.
Today's show is sponsored by the Ribbon Print Company. Looking for a new income source for your gift business? Customization is more popular now than ever. Brand your products with your logo, or print a Happy Birthday Jessica ribbon to add to a gift right at checkout. It's all done right in your shop or craft studio in seconds. Check out theribbonprintcompany.com for more information.
After you listen to the show, if you like what you're hearing, make sure to jump over and subscribe to the show on iTunes. That way you'll automatically get the newest episodes when they go live. And thank you to those who have already left a rating and review. By subscribing, rating, and reviewing, you help to increase the visibility of Gift Biz Unwrapped. It's a great way to pay it forward, to help others with their entrepreneurial journey as well.